Hey guys, yesterday I learned about objects in JavaScript. So today we will learn objects. Now we will cover it in depth. Now here is it. It is part one. What is an object? Actually, we can think object is a real world object. Like a person. A person has properties with level and values like name, lies, age 30, is student true, yeah, false or false. A JavaScript object is the exact same thing, a container for named values, which we call key value pairs. Okay, now the key is the level, a string or a symbol, जो कि key can be string or symbol. Always in objects, always every key is in objects. Every key is stored in string. String. Okay. Now we can take example we have a object name person. Here name in JavaScript name is stored in objects. Name is stored in strings and also age is also stored in string. Student is stored in string. Every key is stored in string. Okay. We can also write here for if those are keywords. We can write also keywords here because all the all we write here or all the keys are converted into strings. Like name is converted into like string. Age is converted into strings. A student is converted into strings. Okay. Now the value can be anything. Like it can be string, it can be boolean, it can be undefined, it can be null, it can be object. Okay. Now the second part of objects is CRUD operations, like creating an object, accessing an element, accessing a property, and create and adding properties in the object, deleting properties. We will cover it in part 2. Okay. Now start with creating an object. For creating an object, we use these curly braces. Car, car is a variable where we store our object, and this is uh, curly braces means this is an object. This is a empty object. Okay. Now an object with properties like post, user, braces. Here username is converted into string and this is a value. Sorry, this is a key is converted into string. Okay, that's fine. And this is a value, JS login count value is 57. Is premium member true or false? Yes, true. It is a premium member. We can store key and value pairs in the object. Object is nothing. It is just a key value pair. Okay. Now, access it? How we can access the properties of object? We can access it by dot notation, bracket notation. For dot notation, we can just type object and dot object name dot and that and property of that object like username. Username is a value. Sorry, key. Here user is an object and username is a key. Okay. User dot username. If we write it like this, it will return us JS def because key is this. of username. Okay, and in bracket notation, we can also access the property, but there is a one main difference in dot notation and bracket notation. So here we can also access it by bracket notation like user login count. Here we give a string login count. We s- we we must give here we must need to give string because because it don't accept other other things like in user we need to give only a string in bracket notation, and also we can give variable, but variable have also a string value. Variable also have a string value. Okay, now that's fine. Console.log user login count here is 57, and console.log user is premium member. Here also we need to give a string because it accepts strings. Okay, it will return us true because here is premium member value is true. Okay, now we can critical use case. Bracket notation allow you to use a variable to determine which property to access. Also, like we can input, uh, we can take input by user like property to access. Here here user will enter a string, and a string is stored in variable name property to access. After that, we user property to access right here like this, and this property will be accessed. Value is js tab. Okay, how we can update and adding creating properties in objects. You use the same syntax for both. If the property exists, it is updated. If doesn't, it's created. Okay, now here we have a object name book. Here one property name title, key title, and value is the hobbit. Now how we can update it easily, like we need to write book.title equal to, and then we will give a value. It is updated. Add a new property. For adding a new property, we like write this book.author is equal to author name, book.page 1178. Here we console.log book. After that, all those elements are added, and one element is one property is edited. Here editing and updating is very easy. Now let's move on deleting the properties. How we can delete a existing property? For deleting an property, we need to write delete, then book.pages. Book is a object and pages is a key. We can delete it easily. Like objects with the here this is part 3, objects with methods behavior. We will discuss it on tomorrow. So thank you, yeah. So thank you guys for watching this video.